big as them, which is I admire that. It's nice because look, when we go to other servers and you see how organized their hive is, it kind of gives you envy. And you can be a top number one alliance, and your hive can look like a mess. You just can't do that, you know. So he's got good intentions.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I mean, he got us into shape.
I like real estate agent Esther. I think it's very funny.
I like
He's
to.
we need a parking ticket guy too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, somebody needs to give him those short tights. You know what I mean? Those shorts and the tights that they used to rock. We need to make him look like
And a
a
bike.
sexy nurse.
He needs to be on a bike,
Yeah, and a bike too.
giving out tickets.
The
Yeah,
bicycle cop.
yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, you made me snort. That's so funny.
So look, right here, this is where Astro got his inspiration from. So in a sense, right here is all of this is a trap.
Yeah.
All of that is a
Yeah.
trap. And obviously they got their MG right there. What was the other one? There was another one in this one.
We got Becky, Mama, and Unit 6. Hi, guys.
What up? What up? All right. I'm about to get.
everybody.
I got 2 more minutes and then I'll get started.
Yeah.
I saw Vicky's pending. Looks like. Yes.
What? Who is that? Oh, Steve. Okay, I'll get him. Thank you.
Who's that? Who's Ricky?
He's a new guy we added today.
Okay. Let me see if I can get Jack in here or Scorpio.
Oh, I didn't ping Jack. I did ping Megan and some TYPH folks to see if they wanted to join and post it in their alliance. Megan's at a concert though, so she's not doing anything.
That's cool. All right, hold on. Let me add one more person, and I'll get started. I know you guys have in real life stuff to do.
Bananas. I'm gonna take off so you guys can have the. So I'm not tempted to interrupt our handsome picture. I will message you in a minute. Please check the message later.
All right, I talked to Ralphie about the comm. I'll work on that too.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, everybody. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. All right, I've already gone over this, and also I'm recording, by the way, so people can play it back and all that good stuff. I'll see if I can get started working on our on a YouTube channel and all that, so you guys can watch the replay and all that good stuff. So today's topics are data chips, and then I'll just end off with server versus server useful tips. All right, so starting with the data chips. All right, I'm gonna first start right here with the lab. All right, the chip lab. Right now I got mine at level 15. All right, just get this to level 20. The only reason I haven't pushed to 20 is, of course, because we still have build day, and obviously I want to make sure that we get some points for build day. But just get it to level 20. All right, level 20. The whole reason you want to get it to level 20, I'll show you in a second. Is one, it's pretty much the same way as the Gear Factory. You keep going up on it, you're just gonna be getting power. That's about it. It's not gonna boost productivity. Is just gonna give you fake power that you have a building, at level 30 or XYZ and all that. So level 20 is that's all you really need to do is get it to it, just like the Gear Factory. You don't need to pump it anymore. But that's what you got to do with the chip lab. All right, so going into the chip lab. All right, what it is, this is where you pretty much create chips. All right. In a sense, once you start building chips, you kind of pretty much not necessarily fully lock in your main squad that you're gonna focus on, but in a sense, it kind of does. You can switch, to another squad, but later on, but it'll be kind of hard to get them on par with what you have already started, because trying to get these chips is a real hassle. I kind of on par with drone parts or drone component parts and all that good stuff, you know. But when you're here, all right, this is where you create your chips. In order for you to create chips, you need basic chip materials. You have SSSR and you have ultra rare. In order for you to make ultra rare chips, all right, um, this needs to be at level. Then oh, here it is. It needs to be your chip lab. Needs to be at level 20. Hence why I said, hey, get the building to level 20 and just leave it there, because that's all it's good for, is just for you to be able to build. All right, ultra
Excuse me,
rare chips. Mm-hmm.
Professor Ralphie, I have a question. So I have my chip lab at level 20, but there are basic chip materials like the purple kind in the campaign store. Should I be spending my money on that, or should I just be focusing on getting the ultra rare material?
All right, purple is still okay. Kind of like how we first started the game and we had purple gear. We were like, hey, if you got purple gear, it's fine. But eventually, you're gonna want ultra. All right, you're gonna want ultra. You want gold chips. The kicker is gold chips are very hard to get. Because these premium chip materials right here, all right, they're they're very hard to get just to be able to produce one chip. All right. So to answer your question is, right now for me, I think it's this one. In my inventory, I have a 2-star purple chip, because obviously I don't have all the chips for tanks. All right. Right now I just have one ultra rare chip. So yes, pumping purple is fine. It's not gonna hurt you. You're not gonna you're not gonna miss out on anything. If anything, you're gonna get stronger. All right. But let's say I have my purple chip. All right. At theoretically, let's say I had my purple chip at 8 stars. All right, and I just got my very first chip. All right, my very first ultra rare chip for the bottom right. All right, because this chip right here is for the bottom right. All right, I'm not gonna switch to my ultra rare chip. I'm gonna still hold on to my purple chip till I finally get that chip to at least on par with my 8 star or better. And it's gonna take a long time. It does not hurt to have purple chips, especially if they have stars, because if you go into them, you can see how much boost they still provide. Like, let's say I got this to 8 stars, 16.5 defense boost. That's still pretty good. All right, that's still pretty good compared to, let's see what it is. All right, I'm pretty much gonna get 8.5%. All right. All right. Obviously, yeah, this is like a little plus, you know. All right. Yep, right here. So let's say I have my purple chip at 8 stars. My 8 star purple chips provides me a 16 point. What was it? 7. It provides me a 60% boost. And this brand new chip that I just got only provides me 13%. I'm gonna hold on to the purple chip. So one of these days I get it up to a 2 star, which obviously look all right. And now it's on par, and above all, it's even better than my purple chip, if that makes sense.
It does. Is there any way, like what we do with our gear, to like destroy it to get the components back?
I'm gonna save that towards the end. All right. I'm gonna
Okay.
save that towards the end. All right. What was I at here? All right. So yeah, the chip lab. All right. This building right here. all you use it for is just to create your chips, and you need basic chip materials, all right, to create them. All right, this one right here requires 80, and then this one right here requires 40. All right, and then obviously it's the same thing with all these over here. They all require 800 of the ultra rare or premium chip material. All right, now that you have crafted your chip, let's say theoretically you just have one chip, all right, of each of this, or even maybe an ultra rare. All right, what do you do with it? All right, that's when you go to your drone. All right, I'll get back to that in a little bit. But you come here to skill chips. All right, right here tells you which squad has their chips. From here in the skill chip, this is where you actually attach all your skill chips. You say, hey, this I want this chip to be right here for this squad right over here. All right, so that's where you'll go to do it. All right, you can actually change which squad has which chip. So if I want to change, this squad right here, all right, to maybe this squad, all right, I'm able to do it. It won't be through here. All right, which squad was it? Right here. Probably won't let me do it because they're out gathering. Yep, they're out gathering. All right, but you could go on here and actually change your chips. All right, to match which squad you have. All right, of all your of your tanks. Obviously, I'm gonna have it on my first squad because I'm going tanks. All right, so my chips are always gonna be on my first squad. All right, always try to look at this. All right, not just here, but also in the arena. All right, especially during 3v3, and verify where are your chips at. All right, is it on my main squad? Is it on my very first squad, or my main squad, or my tank squad? All right, are my chips on my tank squad? All right, and you could this little right here tells you which squad you have. So right now I have my first squad, all right, which is my tank squad, and I have my chips on my number one squad. All right. All right, so again, here's where you're able to put your chips on. All right, here's where you're able to change your squads. All right, so let's say I move my tank squad to my fourth squad. All right, this is where I will go to change it. All right, let me back it up real quick. All right, on here, combat boost. All right, for the drone. Yeah, let me use these. If you have any of these, blue or regular, or even where are you at, or these hero exps right here, all right, just dump it all in here. You do a quick add. I don't have any right now to demonstrate it. All right, but you just dump it all. Your goal is to get your combat boost, all right, to 150, because that's gonna unlock another you could say another chip storage, all right, for your second squad. All right, and then obviously 300, all right, for the third one. And this right here is going to take a little hot minute, all right, for your fourth squad if you have
Ralphie,
Mm-hmm.
is there a day that we should be saving to do this type of work
No.
to match up with arms or versus?
Nope. So there's no need. If you have, where are you at? All right. If you have any of these, all right, and as well as the hero exps and all that good stuff, any given day, just come in here and just dump it all in there. All right. For Monday, for drone day, all right, that's when you're gonna open up your skill chips chest. So as you can see, I'm saving mines. All right, but for how can I put it? For training purposes, I'm gonna open up one for y'all. All right, So from here, I got, oh, this is a good pull. I got a premium chip and chip material, and then I got me one of these right here that I'm just gonna throw away. As soon as you get them, don't even bother. Just go in here, add, just dump it in there. All right, that right there doesn't count as points or anything. The only one that does is when you actually open these up. Or you want to open these up on Monday, which will be for us in a couple of minutes after reset. That's when you can open these up. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Now then, with your chips, try to always verify where your chips are at. All right. What you don't want is air, 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 air. This right here, all air, but yet you have 10 chips. That doesn't make any sense. Am I right? All right. So you always want to verify, like, yo, where are my chips at? Are they with my tank squad? All right. Do I have um dang it, I can't do it right now. They're all dispatched. Right here is where you'll go to pretty much remove them, and then put your air chips. Because as you can see, I have one purple missile, and then I got one ultra rare aircraft. Obviously, I'm not gonna equip none of those. All right, because again, I'm tank right now. But if I get my this right here to level 150, my combat boost right here to level 150. Obviously, if I by the time I get there, if I've collected a bunch of air chips or even missile chips, I'm gonna put them, right here, and that'll be for my where are you at? That's gonna probably be right here for my mixed squad, because this squad right here for me is gonna be pretty mixed later on for me. Let's see what else. What else? So we've talked about combat boost. The chests. All right, I showed you kind of where you can get these chests, because I know Psyoff asked for it. You're able to get them in. I know there's some in VIP. Don't get this. This is way overpriced. All right, 800 diamonds for just that's nearly $80 right there. All right, and your chances of it is only 2% to get one of these, 30% to obviously get one of these, and then you're always gonna probably get these, which are great if you want to boost your combat boost to 150. But the diamonds for this, not worth it. Um, Definitely sell out this one. I think we get 5. I've already used up one for trading purposes. All right, and definitely buy out the EXP. All right, from the Alliance store. Where else? I don't think. I think there's some in campaign. Uh, Buy out all of these if you can. You know, as you can see for the campaign store, I kind of sold it out, but definitely if you have the campaign medals, definitely buy them out. And then obviously the chests save them, and you already know you're going to be able to save these bad boys right here. This is where you get some of the purples. All right, and that's how I've been able to um, pretty much generate these. That's how I was able to get them at least to like 1 star, and then 2 star. Was by buying a couple of those out from the where'd you go? From the campaign store. All right. All right. What are your questions about skill chips?
Okay, if you upgrade the chip to 3 stars, would it go for more as a combat boost?
All right, going in here and try to figure out what's the breakthrough for each of your chips. All right, notice how for my ultra rare absolute quantum field, all right, if I get one more chip to ascend it, it's gonna go to 1 star. All right, so that my shield value is gonna go from 200k now to 400k in shield protection. All right, but if I get it to 2 stars, all right, I'm getting now a reduction for my heroes by 8%. You know,
So the question is, for example, your purple chip is 2 stars.
Mhm.
Once you get the UR chip at 2 stars, you will be obviously switching it. Do you get any extra combat boost for this chip being 2 stars versus it's being on regular one, for example?
So, for example, let's say hypothetically, I just got my ultra rare chip for what's this? My defense. Yep, my defense skill. I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna be like, man, is it worth it? Right now, I have it at 2 stars. I'm getting a 2% defense boost, and that's pretty much about it. All right, that's pretty much about it. A 2% defense boost at 2 stars, and that's pretty much about it. All right, I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna be like, man, where are you at? Where are you at? Right here. All right, if I get just my ultra rare, all right, my beginning of the battle, my tank heroes gain a 8.5 defense boost. All right, and then my front row gains an extra 15%. Let's go back. All right, at the beginning of the battle, your front row tanks gain a 2.5 defense boost for 15 seconds, but I have her at 2 stars. All right. Of course, I'm gonna if right now, like by next week, I pull this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna instantly switch because like this provides a better boost just by.
Okay, I think my question is rather kind of strategic from the. I'm just started from far away. So you can buy the purple upgrade materials from the store. At one point, I understand that the only purpose of doing that would be to boost your drone combat battle skills, battle points, or those like where you can utilize these unused chips to get some experience for that battle boost. So my question was, this boost. So if you throw in the regular chip, or if you throw in a chip with 2 stars on it, would it give a difference? Would it be a difference or not? So I'm assuming like eventually I will have all of them gold. Do I even need to bother about like upgrading the purple ones, or just all materials I get, just craft and just burn them in the oven?
Look right here. All right, you got to get it to 150. All right, but as of right now, you can't add your purple chips because notice how I have purple chips that are not they're not installed.
Oh, right.
I have this
Right.
chip and I got this chip. You know,
And you cannot, you cannot burn them.
you cannot burn them.
Does it ever change?
That I do not know.
Okay.
All right, I know we can reset them. Let me see. I know I'm able to reset them.
What do you get? It just drops to 0 and that's it?
Yeah. I know I'm able to reset them. That's about it. You know.
Does that give you the material back? That was my question before.
It looks like it should give the material back. Like, I don't think you can burn it to where you can get EXP out of it.
Yeah. You're pretty much
So I
gonna
think you
get
just
it
get
from
purple material back.
So there is no point to buy the purple crafting materials in Alliance store for 5,000. It just makes no sense then, because you will obviously won't need them in 2 months anymore.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a little bit. All right. Just to
For the second or third squad.
Yeah, probably for second or third squad. It is a little bit, just a little bit. Because again, trying to get these right here. All right, the only reason I have one ultra rare was because of the event. We all should at least have one ultra rare chip. But to get these bad boys maxed out, it's gonna take forever. Unless you're buying them. Because again, just getting them to 1 star, that's easy. But getting them to 2 stars, all right, at that point you're gonna need.
I think it's just 2 stars. Yeah, first star is just one extra, and then you will need 2 extra. So for 2 stars, I think you need three extra stars.
All right.
And that's for the third star, you will need extra 3.
My question is it worth it to just continually boost up your purples until you get your oranges, until you gather all your oranges, or do you want to just stop at 2 stars with your purples and wait till you get your oranges? This way, you're not wasting resources burning through purples, and then once you get through purple material, you get a whole bunch of that if you reset things, but you can't turn that purple into orange.
Yeah, that's bummer.
But put like this, as of right now, at our stage right now, it is way easier to get these purples.
Oh, for sure.
All right. If I get my ultra rare offensive chip, all right. Of course, I'm gonna switch that one right now because it's not so it's not so far out. I don't have this at like where you at. I probably don't have it at like 10 stars or anything like that. If like right now I get my ultra rare chip for Pearson, yeah, I'm gonna switch it. But let's
Absolutely.
hypothetically I have this chip maxed out at 20. All right, that's a 20% boost efficiency. Like, let's just say I have this at 10. By some magical spirit, I got this one chip right here at 10. And let's say I just got my defensive ultra rare one. All right. Do I want to keep that 20%? Oh shit. Do I want to keep that 20% boost off this purple one? Or do I want to drop down temporarily to obviously I get it up to par? All right. For just 8.5. I mean, granted, this extra buff right over here is still nice. The 50%. But do I want to go down and
Right.
in that defense from it? So you gotta gauge it. Now then, let's say I have my purple at 10 stars. I just got my gravitational my defense skills, and by some miracle I ended up with an extra one. So now I have 2. Well, at that point I'm able to ascend it, and now I'm gonna get it to 1 star. Still 13% boost. So you gotta compare and contrast which of your chips. You want to have your best chips. All right. Ah, dang it. Where you at? I hate clicking out of here. You just want to have the best chips that you got, making sure they're on the correct squad.
Right.
If right now this purple chip at 2 stars your best chip, put it on there. What I don't want to see is you put in a missile squad, all right, chip, when you have a 2 star chip, and yet you have no missiles in that squad. That right there is what I don't want to see, especially if I look at some battle reports and be like, hey, why do you have an aircraft chip on your tank squad? Make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
With this, you just want to have the best chips. Now then,
Let me ask you this: you're into like multiple seasons on other servers. Is this chip boost like a new component to the game itself?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm.
So how long does it usually take to get actual UR chips loaded in? You know what I mean? You looks like you got one in the middle and three on the outside. How long does it usually take to max out? Well, not max out the chips themselves, but just get all UR.
Ooh.
I think we spoke recently with Cap brought his friend from season 5, and season 5 just ended, so he's there. And he had all of his chips golden, and even those that he's not, even those squads that he's not even playing, those are at minimum as 5 stars, all of them.
Okay. I'm just wondering
So
how long it
that
actually
kind of
takes just to get to the just to get one in each one chip in each slot for
I
say
think
tanks.
I think after what Rolf has said, I understand it might not make a sense to do that unless you just accidentally got lucky and grinded it. Because every chip that you craft, you better ascend the one that you already have. Because
Oh, for sure.
for the one that you don't have yet, you can keep ascending a purple one all the way to level 20 for say, and just max out your total number. Just basically, my plan for now is just to focus on the middle piece and keep all the purple ones around until I will pull another ultra rare, and then I will
Right.
be maybe like ascending that a little bit as well.
Yeah,
But
I'm just
for
wondering
me,
how.
is a harder task right now. I'm switching to missiles, and yet I'm switching in a month only, and I kind of like
Yeah.
want to have my tanks as a fourth squad as my second best, and
Yeah.
I need those chips as well here and there. So I need to figure
Right.
out what's the golden middle.
Well, for me, I'm just trying to figure out how long it takes to get 4 tank chips. You know, does it take a month? Does it take 2 months of
But you know
trial and pulling?
everyone's saying for honor points you only should be buying the blueprints. So I was kind of like once I was like bored and like we already found in those like super popular guys couple of things that were to say imperfect. And there are a couple of things that for general mass, like, is the best option. But for not general mass, for those who are a little bit more active or maybe throwing in a little extra money, it might not be the best option. And one of those is like the honor store. You've been told to only buy blueprints from your honor store, but it does have the skill chest. Look, the
Yes,
one
it
at the
does.
top. It costs you 5 blueprints, but yeah, per doing math, if you buy out like at least 35 blueprints every single month, you are on good track. You technically don't even need to buy more because you will create a bottleneck in another place. Your new bottleneck will be mythic blueprints. Yeah, of course, you will get this a little sooner, but again, you need so much upgrade, or you will just have them in abundance. I'm pretty much sure Ralphie have around 80 of them in his inventory right now.
What?
So what I'm doing in this store, I'm buying out unit decos and I'm also buying the skill chest. And I think a little trade, 8 blueprints that I won't buy with me. Last month I bought all unit decos and I think 43 blueprints. So this month I will buy maybe 38 blueprints and those other 2 pieces. However, if you are not buying out 35 blueprints, better not even think about anything else because you will get yourself into another trouble later on and there won't be fix
for
from
sure.
that.
Yeah, that's all I'm concentrating on right now is stacking up blueprints a lot. You know, what, 30, 35 of them.
Yeah, that's 35 is the bare minimum to buy every month because at the end of a year, you should already have approximately 4 mythic gears. Those should be rudders in my opinion, because mythic rudder gives the one of the juiciest option with 35% of anti-crit. You basically canceling all the crit damage and crit rate of your opponent.
Right.
So,
All right.
so to answer your question is how long does it take? Yeah, like Astro said, if you want to buy it from the honor store, hey, that's your account. All right. Make sure you look and see what's your percentage. All right, remember this is not a choice chip. All right, this is not like one of this. This is like, hey, a choice chip. That means when I open this up, I get to pick one of these right over here. It is going
Right.
to be
So roll of the dice.
it is going to be a random. You might end up
Right.
you might be a tank squad, but you're going to end up with probably like an air or a miss out chip. You know,
Yeah, this is actually why I said if you are spending a little bit and maybe you're not just going standard ways. For example, I'm planning totally to play with both squads, with two squads. One will be a little bit weaker, but in my case, I don't mind which chip I get. Like technically, as much as it's not air, I'm super happy.
All right. All right. This one right here, which we're able to get, you know, I want to say from the campaign store. All right. You have a 15% chance of these, or an 85% chance of getting one of these. You know, you get one of those you get one of these chests right here, pretty much for free. All right, every week. All right, so every week you might get one of these, or you might even get one of these bad boys right over here. You know, so it's in a sense it's luck, and then obviously these are from like events. You know, you get to pick one of these. You know, and then these are honestly I just get these for getting these. All right, to throw into the combat boost. If I get lucky and get one of these, that's great, and obviously I'll get a bunch of these. You know, in a sense, later on down the road, you're gonna notice that you have a lot of purple chips. All right, and eventually you're gonna send them all, and then you're gonna be like, yo, I still have only one, or still only have just an ultra rare chip, but yet I got so many purple chips that I can ascend it to 10 and get that 20% boost. So eventually I get more chips, more ultra rare chips, you know, to at least get them to like 1 or 2 stars or XYZ, you know. Let's compare the offensive one. Where you at? So if I max this one out, it's 8% this purple chip. If I just get this, all right, it's only 3%, you know, and my goal will have to be to get it. What was the percentage of the purple? 8? Is it 8? 8% to get that ultra rare chip on par with my. Where you at? I will at least have to get it to 4 stars. All right, to have it on par with my already decked out purple chip, because you're gonna get these easily. These are gonna come by super easily, whether it's from a chest, whether it's from events or XYZ. You're gonna get these purple chips. I mean, basic chip materials like with ease. You know, let these ultra rare chips just naturally fall in your hand, and all that good stuff. All right. Any questions on chips? No. Alrighty. Hey, I'm gonna end up with the versus tip. All right, this one's gonna be quick and easy. Might be a little bit confusing. All right, but I'll still break it down, and then I'll go back to answering Banana's questions. All right, so my versus tip for y'all. All right, y'all already know I showed y'all how to fight with a drill, right? We could do another class as a refresher and all that good stuff. All right, but this one I got it from Cap. I didn't even know about it. All right, till he told me about it. All right, let's say my drill is 80%. All right, let's just imagine it's at 80%. I'm going to go ahead and heal all of them. All right, I just took my troops from the hospital and I put them in the queue. So in a sense, I just took them out the hospital. They're healing right now. Call it they're in the operating room. They're getting patched up, all that good stuff. They're in the operating room. That means my hospital is now at 0. Does that make sense?
Did you test this out?
I sure did tested it out, and I tested it out in Warzone. All right, I was able to pretty much always have a full squad. All right, in my drill, plus whatever was in the queue, plus whatever was in the hospital.
Yeah, it's like extra storage, man. It's nice.
That's extra storage.
This is how you can use your 12,000 troops without being afraid that you have any troops on your base.
The only kicker and the
Oh,
only
another thing I like.
the
The other
only
thing I like to do is go through and actually play the helicopter frontline breakthrough and just let like 600, 800 troops just sit in there and chill, and then when I need them, I'll pull them. Extra storage, you know.
True, well, you still have it.
the only kicker about this, you're gonna to be able to accomplish that, you need healing speeds, all right, or healing speed ups. All right. For me, I was doing like a day, and then eventually, once I slowly started running out of troops, I always just needed about 17 hours of healing speed. All right. I think I had like about 17 days of healing speed before Warzone, and now I'm at 8. All right. And obviously, we really mainly get those from, I want to say, some of these right here. Sometimes we get them through here or even the premium. Okay, I didn't snag none in here, and then obviously we'll get them from the from the store. As you can see, I pretty much bought them out. Oh shit, where you at? Oh, there you are. I pretty much buy all these out every single time, and then obviously we're always gonna get healing speed from a chest, all that good stuff. So you gotta kind of observe how many healing speeds you got. If you have 100 of them, or even 1,000 days of healing speed that you've never really used, hey, the hospital method is perfect for you. All right.
And it can be also a little bit adjusted if you, for example, jump in the mud and then you send out 3 of your squads to the corner of a map or a bubbled base, whatever, then you kind of took away 6,000 troops already. If, for example, all you have is just your 2,000, technically you can heal your troops not 6,000 at a time, but you can heal them at 2,000 at a time. And every time you jump in the mud, you start the healing, and you will be always getting 25 helps by the time you need your next 2,000. And since you're only losing 2,000 at a time, you won't overfill your hospital. And this is like a very, very controlled way. Completely takes that overfilling hospital question away.
Do y'all understand what he's trying to say? It's all right. Ralphie will break it down for you, but not right now because I have my troops gathering. I was just about to call them back. All right. So
it actually works right now. Look, because they're all gathered, and then all you have right now on the base. Imagine that in what's inside the base, you would send it out right now with your main squad, and you would not have any troops left. Assuming that comes also with a batch of troops of 1,500 troops already healing.
Right.
So as soon as these ones killed, they get into the hospital, and then Ralphie just pulls out 1,500s that probably already been healed, or maybe need extra couple hours of healing speeds.
Yeah. So what he's trying to say is also is like, let's say I put my 3 squads, in a bubbled garrison ally, and I'm using my main squad to attack. You know, I go to attack. Let me head back. I go to attack a base, and then let's say they lose. All right, they bounce back, they lose. Obviously, I'm gonna have some troop loss, and I'm also gonna have troops that go to the hospital. Right now, for me, it's been about 1,500 is my max. You know, they march back, or I get teleported back, and now all my troops are back in base. You know, I let's imagine I got teleported and now I'm back in base. Let's imagine my troops are now back in base. Out of those troops of that attacks, about 1,500 went into the hospital. I'm gonna heal all of them. I'm gonna hit the little help button so it could reduces the time. And what I just did there, that 15,000 that were in the hospital are now in the queue, and now my hospital can still have space for 6,005 troops. If it so happens again, and then obviously during Warzone, we're always gonna get the helps we need. All right, because a lot of players are online, so obviously it's gonna reduce the time. And then obviously I have pretty much healing speed, to rapidly finish that queue off. Um, but yeah, that tip right there that Cap told me about it. He's like, hey, your hospital, you could have an additional. Because I had mine at 6,000. He's like, hey, why don't you heal all of those right now? All 6,000 of those. Not 6,000. I think I have about 5,000 um, in the hospital. He's like, hey, just heal all of those, and then that's gonna take them out the hospital and put them in the queue, and then your hospital's back at zero. I tested it out, and I'm like, holy crap, this dude was right. And he said he completely forgot about it from when he was using that method in his server. And I'm like, I didn't even know about that, so I learned something new also.
Yeah, also one way how I also like to attack in a mud. If I have 12,000 troops left, I will send the 3 squads out like around like 5,000 troops. And I still have a little bit troops left for repetitive strikes. If I strike someone, half of my troops return. There is no way to make a repetitive strike right away, so they go to base. A portion of troops hit the hospital, and then a new portion takes out and goes to attack again. That's where it gets pretty risky to overfill your hospital really quick, and this method is just phenomenal. On the second bounce, you just heal them all, and your hospital is empty now, and you can go to the rest of your troops. They will straight up get to the hospital, and it won't be overfilled. So it just like removes one thing to worry when you fight in the mud, because there are lots of other ones.
All right. But only do this during Warzone. All right, this method right here is only really perfect during Warzone. Obviously, during versus or martial guard, they heal in small batches. But in Warzone, for like the way we've been fighting, the hospital, because y'all know me, I let my hospital get pretty freaking full. I think I went into the Warzone with a 69% hospital. And then later on, that's when I was like, you know what? Let me try a caps method. I healed them all. Went back into the mud, started attacking. I had a couple bounce backs from it, and then I went in and checked, and I even checked a couple battle reports to see if I got that notification that says, "Hey, your hospital is full, and additional extra troops were lost due to you having a full hospital." And I didn't, and at no point did I ever see it. And boy, I was attacking. All right, and I thought this thing was getting full, and it wasn't. And then when I finally sped up my heal using my healing speed, I noticed. Then that's when I noticed the 4,000 troops that I kept using. They were already in the hospital, and I was like, oh, it does work. So I did the exact same thing again. I healed all of them. I got 6,000 troops right back into my drill from the hospital, and I just kept going back into the mud and getting in on some action. You know.
Hey, Ralphie, this is your little brother Chosen. Do you have can you share like a small segment from yesterday's fight to demonstrate what you were doing? Because every time that you would like land, you will push out the first squad, and then the other 3 squads, you will send them out towards the bubbled players, just so they can see what is the purpose of it and how it can become helpful for them in the future.
I think Chosen is saying show him how he teleports right next to you as soon as you jump in the mud.
That's what he wants to
Yeah,
see.
I try to once in a while. No, but you did it frequently, and I think it's good to see it from your angle, from your player side, like when you were playing. I think it will be very helpful.
Here, gotcha. How many troops do I have? Are y'all seeing the video? That's
Yep.
That's the video. I have about 1,000. That's fine. I have plenty. I'm gonna turn down the volume because at least leave the volume.
OG comms are actually also cool. Like, you need to drop this video to YouTube.
Hell no. The bigger players will make so much fun of me. Well, I'll probably leave it to
No, private link only.
all right. This is before Warzone. I'll speed it up to get to that point. But this is before Warzone. I noticed this guy right here. This level 28. God dang it. This level 28 right over here was getting reinforced by some 24, some 26, some pretty weak bases. And I just wanted to give him a love tap with my main squad. So as you can see, I'm trying to get my base as close as I can. And this is where you could start seeing making mistakes, you know, for Warzone. Biggest one was the mud. You'll see me do it a couple of times. I'll speed this up right now. And I just want to poke at it. I got it, man. All right, there we go. Let me go back a little bit. Right here. Oh, shit. Here we go. So you see, I already messed up with the bubble. I'm like, oh crap. And here I go trying to go after him. And I just wanted to give him a love tap. So boom. This is a bounce back right there. As you can see, I attacked him and I bounced back from his base and I'm unable to attack him. So you see right here, I'm just trying to heal in batches. But you'll see later on, I'm gonna start healing like in full.
What do you call it? They have a civil war going on.
Let's go.
And the Zigging,
oh,
yeah.
right here.
So they're. Man, I'm trying to reinforce us every time, and I can't.
No, this one. Where you at?
I know. I guess it's only Neza and he's very strong. Never mind, he's 20. Holding that one. So I see a bunch of you is getting Ash. There's only 3 of us back on the battleground.
Hold on, I'm coming. Let's bring it back a little bit. I think it's over here. Okay, yeah, it should be over here. All right, let me bring it back. All right, so right here, Karma, he ashed me. Now, instead, I get to use a teleport. On this one, I wasted an advanced teleport. I didn't mind because we were all jumping into the mud. This is where I keep forgetting to check the button. I send my troops out to a tile. I find my my alliance members that are bubbled. Send all my troops out. So now I have nothing on base. I'm scouting. I really wanted to go after them and see if I could maybe do some damage to them.
Yeah, what I saw that you were doing is you scan the map first, you look for potential places to insert yourself. Immediately upon getting there, you scout. Once you find a target, you send out your first squad, then the other three, you launch them out immediately.
29, that's
right? And then you turn your attention right back to the fight.
Mm-hmm. Sweet troops.
Then when you get ashed out, I noticed that the first thing that you do right away is you check to see how many troops you have on hand. So you have like this
rhythm,
this process, this rhythm, that is very organic for you, and it seems to be very effective.
So you boom, you see it. I got ashed. I wanted to see. You'll see it from this little rhythm because I got ashed like multiple times, and I'm like, still have a squad coming in. I finally hit this button.
That's like I could appreciate it.
Notice how I'm already setting out my first squad. I'm coming here, finding my alliance members that are bubbled.
This is why I love our 3 first lines that are bubbled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes it. That right there made it nice and easy. All right. So the reason I'm kind of porting in the middle, is just so I could get garrison, but I really want that garrison to make their way to the cannon, and in a sense, that's kind of like a little pit stop. This is where I made a mistake. Also, boom, I got to bounce back. Yep. And boom, I got ashed. And here, did I not do it? I still got some troops. I really wanted to port in right there. First squad out. This is one of my mistakes. I'd never unchecked that button, and it was very annoying. So one thing I will for sure do is slow it down during the next war zone.
Organically, you can slow it down as soon as you get comfortable. So this is why I actually like to watch this video from the third person, because while I was in the fight, it felt like kind of like tensed. And right now, I just don't give a care. I just watch it, and I see all the mistakes. I saw myself here a couple of times. Oh yeah, here we go, and I will get ashed right now.
I get some glorious ashing too. It was fun.
Yeah, you see a guy ported on the left from my side, and I had still around like maybe 5,000 of troops, so I left right there 2,000.
Notice how for this one I didn't send no troops out to my garrison. Either not to my garrison, but to the garrison members, because remember I checked, and I'm like, oh, I only have one squad worth of troops. Let me get in the mud. Let me just send out that one squad that I have. Because I think after I did the math quickly in my head, I'm like, I literally only have just one squad, and my attacks were slow during this war zone. Like that should have already been 6 hits. You see how slow I was going with it? Yeah, he ported away, which is nice, but I was very, very slow with my attacks.
I think double hits are way simpler on the phone, and I'm not even sure why you are not preparing the window with your next attack ahead of time.
Exactly.
Because this is actually how it works.
That's what I mean. Like I was being very slow.
Was it like do you think it was like a panic or like frustration?
No, I was just being slow. Remember, I was tired. I didn't sleep that night.
Yeah, it was 4 a.m. for you, right?
Yeah.
But the with the new time change is gonna be an hour later, so that's good.
Hopefully.
For Rafi, I don't think it's good. It actually might be even worse.
And I can't.
But not for me. I need to wake up earlier 1 hour.
It's actually better for me though. I need to wake up later 1 hour.
What time do you have to wake up, Sal? Like how early?
Yeah, I know it's say 4, but it's, I mean 4 is like server time 6 now.
Honestly, they're just playing
Yeah.
us.
And
Wait, but the
Thursday is server time 7.
but what time is the war zone for you? Because it's 6 a.m. for me right now. It cannot be for you.
It'll be 7 a.m. for you, Ralph. Oscar, later.
Yeah, it will be 7 a.m. for me later, but for Sal, like I think it's 3 hours ahead of time, right? You're on the East Coast.
Yes, but now it's summertime, so it's 2 hours. Wait.
No, I think it's still 3 hours. I think it will be 10 a.m. for you, the war zone.
So
Yeah.
did you guys get a verse reset, or is reset gonna be an hour later now?
An hour later.
Okay, so reset for me normally is 9 p.m., so it'll be 10 p.m. for reset.
Yeah, so you're Eastern time, right?
Yeah, Eastern time. Yeah.
Yeah, Eastern time will be at 10. And
That
the
sucks.
yeah, I know.
All mp4 gathering troops marches to gather to be done at like 9:01.
I guess it's only Neza and
I should have never done that second attack.
Oh well, it is okay. Just send throughout the day. Just send 3 more squads, 3 more times. You'll get your points. This is gonna be a rough week this week because I have not much left of my resources. So. Can we take down Tony? I mean, he's got not much troops, but I mean, yeah, actually no, he's very strong. Never mind, he's 29.
The only reason I sent out a squad is because I noticed he sent out his main one. Alright. But he still had one more on the wall, or he probably just threw it on the wall.
Do you think it removed his skin just to look simpler and it's like a whale or something?
He probably did.
Oh, but you also had only 1,000 of C9s and the rest were C5s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they're holding that one. Okay. Did you ask the thing to come help us?
This is where I did it. I sped up the queue. So boom, sped that up. And then I went collecting them. And you see my hospital's already at 90. And I went ahead and just healed all of them. Let you guys lower down the timer. Then I checked to see how many troops I had. So remember, I had 0. Now I had 4,800 troops. And then I have a couple more that are now back in the queue.
Oh god, you have somebody on your line.
So many ash bases.
They're gonna come and probably take me out in a minute, but that was an intense fight. I think that was one of the best fights we've had so far. One of the best.
I'll pause it. I'll pause it right there.
I actually like the most where we won against 96.
96 was awesome too, but this one was just long. It was exhausting. You're dealing with people that are really, really strong.
Yeah. Facts.
1 hour against, honestly, 1 hour against one server 1991, I think is quite impressive. I really don't care whether winning and losing. I think it was quite impressive. You know what's more impressive?
By the way, if just a friendly reminder, everyone on the stream here, If you are playing competitively in arena and save your turns, there are 30 minutes left to use them.
Yeah, that's why I'm about to end the training real quick so I can focus on this. All right.
Yeah.
But any
What's more
questions?
impressive is 17 people on this chat, which is really, really amazing. Like, I mean, this list is huge.
But
It's the,
but any questions right now about server versus server? That tip that we just gave ya, which was to use the hospital. All right, you've put, let's say it's at 80% or 90%. All right, you heal them all. All right, then you just took your troops from the hospital to the queue. So that means now your hospital went from 90% to zero. All right, and then obviously you still got some troops in your drill. All right, for you to fight with, and then once the drill gets low, you go over here. You fully heal them. All right, make sure you monitor where you at. Oh shoot! Make sure you monitor how many healing speeds you got. All right, and then that's another way to fight. You know, I think that way for me like was pretty. It was pretty nice using that method right there. All right, so I got to give that one to Kat because I was like, you know what? Let me just test this out because I was just getting tired of healing in batches. All right, I think healing in batches, all right, works well for this role right over here for our defensive role right over here because obviously their troops go forward and then they come back. They just heal in small batches to regain those troops back and then they send them right back out. In a because it'll be a whole lot slower for them. But for me, I'm kind of going fast pace. I don't want to keep stopping just to heal. But even healing in batches, like I think now for the next server versus server, we've already talked about it. Those that were in a team, we're gonna next time we're gonna really hunt in packs. You know, like if one of us gets ash, we're kind of wait to regroup ourselves and then be like, hey, we're gonna all five of us or even all 10 of us, we're gonna port in right over here to take out this person. So imagine having five Neza players surrounding this one player right over here, and we all just attacking them with everything that we got, to get them out. But yeah, that'll be a way. But any questions right now? All right, no questions. Cool.
Hi, I'm good. I just want to say thank you, and I need to go now. Thanks.
have a good night, Saul.
Banana, what was your question, Banana?
Sorry, I was coming off mute. I think we kind of covered it. So I was saying, if we're buying those SSR purple chip materials in I think it's the Alliance store, and we're like using them to increase the level of our SSR drone chip things. If we ultimately destroy them, are we getting more back because we put more into them, or is it just like resetting it without it? But I think we kind of talked about it.
Okay. All right. So that answered it for you. All right. Any other questions besides Llama asking about Loki?
Not Loki again.
All right. I'll go over that later. I'll go over Loki and all that good stuff. Another class. You already know my Loki runs. He runs at level 1, no gear. The most honorable way. I'm gonna keep him at level 1. But nah, thank you everybody. Let's go ahead and get ready for reset.
I wish I'd have known reset was 10 p.m. and not 9. Damn it.
We got 29 minutes, and like Astro said, if you haven't used all 10 attacks, kind of wait a little bit towards 10 minutes. All right, and kind of do one attack per minute. All right, or if you want to save your last 2 attacks, For the last 30 seconds, you can do that. But try to where you at? Try to at least land. All right, in the 400s. If you're not super strong, like right now, my goal is to at least land in the 100. All right, I know I'm not gonna get to the top 50, but at least 100. Try to at least push yourself. All right, to get at least right here, because this is still good. That's a blueprint right there. If you get to the 200, that's two blueprints. Like all the other stuff is extra, but these blueprints right here. All right, because as we progress in the game, if you're not constantly every week getting this right here, or at least getting in the top 400, it is going to be a struggle for you to get your blueprints, if that makes sense. That's why they say, hey, only buy blueprints from the store. Where you at? Try to only buy blueprints from the store. But hey, if you're getting 35 a month, that's still pretty good. And if you got some left over, it's up to you and optional. But some of these to me are overpriced. But obviously the unit deco is pretty cheap. How much is that? That's three blueprints. Right there. Here and there I'll be buying these. But thank you everybody for coming. I'll see y'all for reset.
All right, thank you, Rob.
All right, I'm gonna hang out. Y'all can watch me play, but I'm gonna be hanging out. You can stay put.
All right. I'm gonna put some work in on the game, man. I'll see y'all later.
All righty.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you, Jack, for swinging by. Jack, everybody. He's from the R5 right now from PKBD. Thank you for swinging by,
thank
brother.
you, Jack. Really appreciate it.
Alrighty. Whoever stays back, hey, if you got questions, by all means, thank you all here. Bye.
How many days you have left in speeds?
I have, I think, 20 something, 24.
Oh, you have enough. Okay, I don't have enough. I have 32 days on a base building and only have like 16 days of speeds.
I'm still debating if I want to rush this.
Really? Why would you debate it?
I'm gonna see if I get this lower. Like, let's say it's 10. All right, like let's say I get it down to 10. Then yeah, I'm gonna rush it because that leaves me with it'll probably leave me with about maybe by then 16 days of speed ups. Because remember, I still need this universal. I don't really look at these. I really look at these like, hey, I'm running low because these are like extras.
Yeah.
But these universals, I can use them for anything. Oh shoot, it's tech.
How many
It's tech
have you
right now.
completed?
Oh shoot, let me stop.